District 228 Board meeting. Can I get roll call, please?
Mrs. Gleason?
Here.
Mrs. List? Here. Ms. Lot?
Here.
Mr. Patterson?
Present.
Ms. Solis? Mr. Whitcomb?
Here.
Mrs. Ressler?
Here. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item 2.1. Can I get approval for the December 16th, 2025 regular meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Mr. Whitcomb, second by Mr. Patterson. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Mrs. Ressler?
Aye. Item 2.2, can I get approval for the January 13th, 2026 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second. Moved by Mr. Patterson, second by Ms. Gleason. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ressler?
Aye. All right. Moving on to 3.1, public comments. Do we have any public comments today? All right, there are no public comments. We will move on to our reports. First is our superintendent report, item 4.1.
Thank you, Mrs. Ressler. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here today. I just want to thank publicly Ryan Nagel. He is in the building today here. Ryan, if you want to give a little wave. Ryan is our district supervisor for the social studies department. He's been working behind the scenes really closely with Cook County Clerk's office to provide a really unique opportunity for our students at all 4 campuses to be election judges. So he has worked specifically with them to become, to help people be registered voters and vote early. They paired alongside someone directly from Cook County, and they work alongside the clerk's office. Voting processes will take place February 26th at each of our campuses. It's not open to the general public, but it's a really neat way to not only spread the importance of being a good citizen, but it gets our students, staff, and faculty the opportunity to vote early. He's been working directly with them. Wanted to thank him for all the efforts that he did to make that take place. Thank you, Ryan. That's all for me.
All right, item 4.2, our FOIA request.
Okay, Ms. Ressler, since the last regular board meeting, we've received 17 Freedom of Information Act requests, all of which have been completed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
4.3, the superintendent's cabinet. Start with you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ressler. In the area of teaching learning, I have just a few updates. First, with our healthcare program, so last week our certified nursing assistant program started. We have 20 young adults representing Bremen, Oak Forest, and Hillcrest. We're super excited, and they began their work. We have another 20 students expected to begin their community health worker certification program shortly. They'll do some pre-work, and then over spring break they will take their courses. Our other workplace experience, we have 8 students that are beginning their pre-work for their MyJack pre-apprentice program, and we have 2 students that are going to partner with Donson Machines and ALSIP. They're going to be a new partner for another apprentice program. So both groups are going to start their OSHA 10 certification before they head over to MyJack and Donson to finish out their apprenticeship. Lastly for me, the College Board. So every year, based on student performance, students can be awarded AP Honors with distinction, honors, or AP Scholar. The College Board also recognizes high schools by an honor roll as well, and they started this in 2023. There's 3 categories. College culture, which is basically the percentage of students in the graduating class that took at least 1 exam. Doesn't matter what they got, they just have to take 1 exam. College credit, the percentage of students who scored a 3 or higher on any exam during high school. And then college optimization is the percentage of graduates who took 5 or more exams with at least 1 taken freshman or sophomore year. Based on that criteria, this year, Oak Forest High School was awarded a bronze honor of distinction from the College Board. And that was it for teaching and learning.
Board for the Technology and Operations cabinet report. First, we continue to see a noticeable increase in phishing and other malicious email activity targeting the district and our users. It's not unique to us or our district, but it's something we can monitor very closely. In November, we encountered a very very realistic looking DocuSign phishing attempt that closely mirrored work that we do on a daily basis. In December, a part-time job opportunity message impacted both staff and several students. In January, we began, because of this, in January, we began another cycle of annual phishing awareness training, which is everyone's favorite, where simulated messages are sent out. The first one actually happened today, and luckily, only 3 of our 738 staff members clicked on it, so that's a great start. It was an easy one, but it'll get harder.
More than me.
While the district maintains strong technical safeguards to protect our network systems and data, no technical control is perfect on its own. The most important layer of security is the human one. Many of the protections we deploy at the district level do not exist in personal email accounts or personal devices, which makes awareness and judgment critical skills. These exercises and communications are designed to build habits such as slowing down, questioning urgency, checking sender details, and taking a second glance at messages that were not expected. The goal is not enforcement or embarrassment, but education and resilience for our users, both for the district, but also individuals beyond their work environment. Next, I want to provide an update on behind-the-scenes work supporting our Ad Center project and several related facilities changes. Over the past month, our team has been coordinating with multiple tech vendors on running cabling and AV systems, as well as 3 different internet service providers that all need to move their fiber connections over the summer to support the move of opening the new Ad Center, establishing a new tech office in the data center at Tinley Park High School to replace the current treasurer's office, and rethinking how our 7 district sites connect to each other. Additionally, over break, we were able to upgrade our agreement with OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, to convert to a free model that brings free access to ChatGPT to all staff in our district, and utilize it to optimize new ways to manage the work. The transition saves the district money and also brings the number of active users from 310 to 564 as of now. Finally, while it is not the most visible work, our team has been investing significant time and effort into strengthening the quality, consistency, and usability of data within our student information system, PowerSchool. The number of data points tied to each individual student is astonishing, and each comes with specific procedures, rules, and downstream implications. As a district, we're committed to optimizing outcomes. To do that effectively, we continue to monitor academic progress, attendance, behavior, but it must be accurate, timely, and easy for staff to use. Some of the work we've been doing is planning additional student and parent-facing pages that allow students and guardians to view both historic and current information related to academics, attendance, and discipline. We've also made PowerSchool available to families at home in both English and Spanish, with more to come. Just last Friday, the deans and associate principals from across the district met alongside with Mr. Towner and myself to focus specifically on attendance tracking. This conversation centered on strategies that have proven effective in improving attendance, but usually not by a few percentage points, but by marginal gains. But marginal gains are where we're looking to make progress. The idea is that our tools should meet the needs of our users, and the users should know how their tools work. Thank you.
Evening board, January facilities report. We had a few very cold days over the past weekend. I'm sure everybody's aware of that. We had to call in a couple people to address some boiler issues, but all the repairs were quick. We did not have any major issues because of the cold weather. We will continue to stay on top of things as temperatures drop even more, unfortunately, over the next week. Next, the sealed bids for domestic water replacement project at Tinley Park High School will be received and opened on Tuesday, January 27th. We anticipate bringing this final recommendations forward for the February meeting. We are also looking to add one more capital project to this summer's list. If you remember a while back, we discussed putting a focus on mechanical upgrades for the schools due to aging equipment. One point of concern right now is the age of the boilers at Bremen and Tinley Park. We're looking into doing a boiler replacement project at Tinley Park this summer, and Bremen the following summer. These 2 schools have the same model boilers that were installed in 2002, and they're starting to show signs of wear and tear. We start at Tinley. We'll have the fortunate opportunity to take some of the parts off the boilers at Tinley, keep them for Bremen in case there were any problems in the interim time because they're the same model. We can use those spare parts until we replace parts. And finally, I think I mentioned this a couple months ago, but our health, life, safety inspection for our district is scheduled for next week. I will provide an update to the board at next month's meeting on how we performed, but I anticipate everything going well as usual. Our building chiefs do a great job identifying and addressing common issues found in these inspections prior to law. And the January facility.
Quick property tax update. As of today, we have received $21.9 million in property taxes. This equates to about 40% of our 2024 education levy. We also received from the county a distribution schedule for the remaining tax dollars. They've assured the districts that they are doing extensive accounting and data migration work to ensure that distributions are made correctly and they're made on time moving forward. The December 31st operating fund balance was $43.2 million and the non-operating fund balance was $31 million. Each of these tax payments was made in January. These will be added to our January 31st fund balance totals, which I'll report at the February board meeting.
Personnel report. Just one thing. Last Thursday, the 15th, Personnel Department went to the 3rd annual Southwest Job Fair at Tinley Park Convention Center. Tinley Park, Orland Park, and Cook County Commissioner's Office put the event on. It was really impressive. There were well over 100 employers, almost 2,000 prospective employees, and we were able to meet and greet quite a few people. We were looking paraprofessional, custodial types of positions. Got a very nice list of potential candidates moving forward, so it was well worth our time and effort. Very good event.
Good evening, board. We are in the beginning stages of inviting our community senior citizens out for our annual senior citizens breakfast. So keep an eye out for information on that. And additionally, we have several press releases that will be released this week and next week on our website and in the media. So thank you.
Anybody else from the public? Thank you very much. All right, moving on to our principal reports.
Good evening, everyone from Bremen High School. We are excited, the whole group is excited tonight to recognize our Keepers of the Light. So I'm going to start from Bremen High School. Our student could not be here tonight, but I did still want to recognize Leah Riley is a senior, and the nominating staff members shared a handful of different things about her, but they say Leah is such a positive energy to be around. She's always so inclusive and kind. She's one of the best crowd leaders there ever was, and is always ready to be there for any of our Excel students. She always participates and is dressed in PE. She was an absolute leader when our Excel students were learning how to swim, and brought great energy to the pool every day. She's a force, but one that leads by quiet example. She's not only an exceptional peer role model, but also a talented mind. Last spring, Leah earned the highest composite ACT score at Bremen High School with a score of 33. We're proud to know Leah. She's a shining example of the Keeper of the Light Award. For our staff, I'd like to ask Ms. Evelyn Santa Cruz, Martha Mendez, and Deb Strom to come join me. Dr. Nolan was like, what are all these certificates for in this pile? I said, well, we have a package deal in our main office, as I'm sure many of the other buildings do. These three ladies are the backbone of our building. They are doing lots of magic on a daily basis right up front, but also doing a lot of the things behind the scenes. So we could not do what we do on a daily basis without this dream team. They take pride in their work and consistently go above and beyond in everything they do. From the mundane daily tasks to bringing our crazy visions of the admin team to life, we know that we can count on Evelyn, Deb, and Martha to use their creativity to ensure events and happenings at Bremen are meaningful and memorable. Leveling up our staff and student recognition efforts to include events like Glow Bingo, ice cream socials, hot cocoa and coffee bars, just sharing the idea, and they divide and conquer to bring it to life. In need of collaboration with a community business partner to support our efforts, they have those relationships and they are genuine ones. Our main office ladies are each unique in their own way, but their skill sets complement one another wonderfully, and our school is a better place because of the high level of service that they provide every day. Thank you for being proactive and supportive members of our team. Students and staff at BHS recognize your energy, support, and encouragement, and can see your dedication to Bremen High School and our community in all that you do.
All right, good evening, everybody. On behalf of the Tinley Park Titans, both of my people are here, which I'm excited to announce. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my staff member, which is Miss Lori Wonder. Why don't you come on up here and join me? Now, I hope you guys heard heard me announce what her last name is, Wonder. And Miss Wonder is truly a wonder. And I can tell you that our superintendent is smiling at you because I'm not gonna read something, I'm gonna share a couple things about Mrs. Wonder that makes her so wonderful. Dr. Sikora was at our homecoming assembly, and at our homecoming assembly we had this little staff dance where, you know, staff kind of came up the middle and they danced with a student. And this fabulous woman was kind of one of the last ones to come up with this red feather boa around her neck, just dancing, and the place erupted. And the place erupted, when the place erupted, Dr. Sikora looks at me and he goes, "Who is that? They love her." And that is like the most genuine comment that I can make about this woman standing next to me. She is loved by everybody at Tinley Park High School. She's kind of a legend. Why is she a legend? Well, she started out as a substitute teacher, and she would come to us to substitute with high school teenagers all day after volunteering at a hospital all night long, and then coming and working with our teenagers all day long. Maybe going home, getting a couple hours of shut-eye to volunteer again all night, overnight, and then come back in the morning again with the same energy, enthusiasm, passion, and love and care for our kids. This woman is truly amazing. Two quick tidbits about her. Was it September or October? October. In October, she flew up to just the Arctic Circle because she was tracking the migration of polar bears. I'm not making this up. Had to get death and dismemberment insurance with regards to polar bear attacks. And she just got back to us after a weekend with swimming with the manatees in Florida. I don't know how to top. I don't know what else I can say. She is truly the kindest, the most enthusiastic, and the most loving person to be around our students and staff. And I don't have anything to read because she would be nominated by every single person at Tinley Park High School. So I'm incredibly proud to have Lori Wonder be our Keeper of the Light. Little picture. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You bet. Ms. Gaines, did I do it justice here?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
Mrs. Gaines is going to join me for this one because while I love obviously awarding the Keeper of the Light and honoring our students, I went down to the PE area to honor our student who is being awarded tonight. And Mrs. Gaines says it's her nominee, and I'm going to ask Josh Agin to come up and join us. When I went in and she says, "Do you want to do this or do you want me to do this?" And I go, "No, you nominated him, you do it." And honestly, she did him such justice and said such lovely things. I would like Mrs. Gaines to do the honor of reading why Josh is our Keeper of the Light.
Hello, everyone. Well, I wanted to recognize Josh, who is someone who truly exemplifies what it means to be Keeper of the Light, but also he brings just so much light to our weight room, not only for me, but for his classmates. And I think that's where it's at. Yes, he's a great athlete. Yes, he's super smart. But that's not what made me think of him. What made me think of Josh is his kindness and his compassion. When I was giving this award with Teresa in the weight room, I was saying these things about him, and even his classmates in front of him were all nodding their heads in agreement that they know that Josh is such a light, warm smile that brings joy to our day. And I think all of his classmates trust him because of the respect that he brings. I just wanted to quickly every day, Josh starts my day with, "Hi, Miss Gaines, how are you?" And it's such a sincere question from a teacher who sometimes needs that, and it's every day. It's not rehearsed. He does it genuinely, and then he leaves every class period with, "Have a great day." I've never seen him have a bad day. never seen him have a bad attitude. But like here he's waiting to tell me, have a great day. And again, like I can go on and on about all the examples that he gives, but that is Josh. And a very true story, about a week ago, I have an 8-year-old boy, and I've often told Josh's mom before that, can you write me a book? Can you please tell me how you've raised Josh? Because I have my own son, and I would love some insight. And so about 2 weeks ago, I was having a very hard parenting week with my son. And his impact beyond the classroom came to my mind, and I'm like, how do I get my own son to be exposed to more kids like Josh? How do I get my own 8-year-old exposed to Josh? Because his parents would be truly proud. The way he is represented at our school, I can only hope that I can raise my son that way. And so this is a very full circle moment here. As I'm getting ready to leave, my son's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm giving Josh an award. He knows Josh because of how I talk about him. And I did find one flaw in Josh though, over the last 3 years. And that is he is a Packers fan. And so my son knows this, and he's like, the Packers guy? My son literally ran upstairs, dug out some Packers NFL cards, and he said, give these to Josh. And so I'm like, such a full circle moment. Like, you are impacting people that you don't even know, okay? I truly am so grateful to have you. And so Lincoln wanted you to have you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Proud of you.
All right, everyone, hi from Delta. First up, I am going to introduce our student who is out celebrating his 18th birthday with his family today. So unless I missed him coming in, Andre Miller is our Keeper of the Light from Delta Academy. He was actually nominated by a couple of different staff members, and when Yasmin came over and we awarded him we first told him it was a giant check, but when we told him that we were giving it to his ward, he looked over at Mr. Boyce and was like, yeah, that makes sense. And I said, no, sweetheart, you were nominated by a couple of different people. And his eyes got so big, he's like, wow, thank you so much. I couldn't believe it. So I wish he was here tonight. And his last words like, I think I'm going to make it before I go out to dinner. So I hope that you're at dinner and you're not paying attention to this, because you should be at dinner celebrating with your family. But Andre Miller started with us last year, and he is just an absolute joy to have. Without Andre, I would not get my daily good morning knucks from him. It's how I like to start my day. But Andre was nominated by a few of our staff members, and here is the consensus of what they had to say. When Andre first started at Delta, he was quiet, nervous, and kept to himself. He has now been in our program for a full year, and the progress that we have seen from him is outstanding. He only has 5 classes left to complete, which we are all quite sad about, and he will likely be an early graduate. More importantly, Andre is now considered a leader in his classroom. We've recently got new students of the semester, and he has been the kind of student liaison to show them where to go, what procedures to follow, things like that. He has demonstrated immense growth in his confidence. He socializes with all of his peers and creates a sense of community within his classroom. His confidence, approachability, and strong work ethic will make him successful in anything that awaits him in his post-secondary future. So while he is not here, if you guys can all applaud Andre Miller and wish him happy birthday. And next up, I would like to bring Jasmine Tolbert up, as she will be our staff keeper elect. You also have to give us a minute, because we haven't seen each other in a few weeks. How are you? Thanks for bringing the thing. Jasmine is actually, we have not gotten to see each other in a few weeks because she is repping her Delta gear, which we like, but she is actually currently a Hawk, and she is finishing her student teaching this semester. So it was beautiful when the submissions came through, and again, just like Andre, you received multiple submissions from your family at Delta, and it was poetic how it came through after everything that we've been through together. Jasmine is the definition of Keeper of the Light. She radiates light and positivity into every room that she enters. Her calm demeanor and supportive energy draws both students and staff to her. Jasmine is a pillar that everyone can and does lean on. She is a rock that all students deserve to have in their life, and is a rock that I, as her colleague, am very blessed to have. Jasmine consistently steps up to take that burden off of everyone else. She handles all situations with ease and grace. She is an educator that any leader would want on their team and in their school. She is dependable, passionate, genuine, and hardworking. I hope that my kids are lucky enough to have a teacher like Jasmine or in their educational journey. She is a difference maker and has changed and impacted countless students' lives in the last 8 years here at Delta. I know she will only continue to shine her bright light and change lives in the chapters to come. Jasmine is one of a kind, and our district as a whole is lucky to have her. She has been a rock here and a person who wants to improve the lives of her students with her empathy, creativity, and devotion. And that is from your mentor teachers, Kelsey, Carolyn, and Max Boyce. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone, from the Hawks Hillcrest. I have a couple people we'd like to recognize tonight. Nathan, come on up. All right. Nathan was nominated for this award by Ms. DeForty, and this is what she wrote about you. Nathan Hillman is a senior who truly stands out in a big way. Not only does he maintain excellent grades while taking a challenging course load while participating in multiple extracurricular activities, he also is someone that both staff and students consistently rely on. Nathan is dependable, responsible, and always willing to go the extra mile to ensure that his peers feel supported and staff members feel appreciated. Nathan brings a constant positive attitude and a cheerful demeanor that can brighten anyone's day. He consistently puts others before himself and generously gives his time by helping in the IMC. As a dedicated student aide, Nathan takes pride in being part of the library service. He completes his assigned duties promptly each day and is always happy to assist with any additional tasks. Beyond his work ethic, Nathan is a valued member of our school community for his positivity, service, and kindness to others. Nathan Hillman is truly our keeper of the light. Next up, Teresa Kelsey. Teresa was also nominated by Mrs. DeForty, and this is what she wrote about you. Teresa Kelsey is a teacher who takes great pride in Hillcrest High School and consistently gives above and beyond to make our campus a place of beauty and pride. Through her dedication and leadership, our building and grounds truly stand out in the community. In the fall, Teresa organized and planned the planting of hundreds of bulbs with her ecology students, ensuring that our campus would be filled with beautiful flowers and plants that return year after year. She also led the Fall Improvement Project, in which teachers planted mums and created fall landscaping throughout every corner of our campus, resulting in a festive transformation. During the winter months, Teresa continued her efforts by decorating the campus with blue and white lights, garlands, snowflakes, and snowmen, creating a welcoming and joyful environment for our students, staff, and community members alike. We sincerely appreciate Teresa's hard work, creativity, and dedication to Hillcrest High School. Her efforts make our school more beautiful, inviting, a more beautiful, inviting place, and reflect her deep commitment to our students and community. For these reasons, Teresa Kelsey is our keeper of the light. All right. Thank you. Go Hawks.
Good evening from Oak Forest High School. If I could please invite up Michaela. Michaela Graziano. She's a senior here at Oak Forest High School. You'll notice she's actually got a twin brother too, so we're extremely, extremely proud of Michaela. I'm happy that we have two. We would have taken quadruplets. Yeah. So the thing about Michaela that I want to talk about is Michaela really personifies our school motto, which is academics plus activities equal excellence. Michaela's a phenomenal student. She actually, I'll give you a couple of her highlights. This past summer, she was awarded the Advanced Placement Scholar with Distinction Award. So at the end of her junior year, it means that she had already taken 5 advanced placement classes, and she had scored an average of 3.5 on those 5 AP classes. So quite an achievement for her. And just for your reference, a 3 is passing. So well on her way for college credit there. And over winter break, I just happened to be reviewing student grades. And just for some reason, I stumbled onto Michaela's grades from first semester. And lo and behold, not only in 1, but in 2 of her classes, she had over 100% average for the whole entire semester grade. So certainly an intelligent young woman. But it's not just her academic work that really helps her shine here at Oak Forest High School. It's also her work in clubs and activities. One of the things that she's involved in is a snowball program. Not only has she been a participant, but she's also a team leader for the snowball program. Same thing with speech. Not only is she a member of the speech program, but she's also a captain. And she has advanced to the state series in speech. And this year alone, she has donated over 75 hours of community service time in her free time, in addition to everything. So she's just the full package of everything it means to be a Bengal, the best of being a Bengal. So I'm going to read a little bit about what her speech coaches had to say. Michaela Graziano exemplifies the very best of student leadership. Over several years in the classroom and on the speech team, she's grown into a confident, compassionate, and highly professional young adult. Her empathy sets her apart. She consistently treats others with kindness and thoughtfulness, creating spaces where teammates feel supported and valued. As a captain, her impact runs deep. She invests time and patience in mentoring new members, guiding them through their events, and helping them build confidence. Much of the success of novice team members reflects her steady presence and willingness to lead beside them, not above them. She approaches leadership with a clear, team-first mindset, embracing healthy competition because she knows it strengthens everyone. She carries herself with maturity and reliability. She commits fully to her responsibilities, communicates clearly, models professionalism at every practice and competition. Watching her perform this season shows just how much she has grown since her freshman year, both as a speaker and a person. She stands as powerful proof of the impact extracurricular involvement has on student growth. Her future shines bright, and it has been an honor to witness her journey and the remarkable young woman she has become. Keeper of the Light fits her because she lifts others while holding herself to the highest standards at Oak Forest High School. So thank you from all of us for being a Keeper of the Light. Congratulations. Okay, can I please have Coach Sadik come on out? So a lot of the conversation tonight has been about Keepers of the Light in terms of that they kind of spread light around, and I'm not saying that's not what he does, but as a football coach, I like to think of Coach Sadik as more of, maybe somebody who's up in the lighthouse, right? And during those stormy times, he's trying to keep that light lit so that everybody can kind of see their direction, right? So in order to be a keeper of the light, you must act as a steady guide. You must hold expectations high, treat people with dignity, show up prepared, follow through, model calm, fairness, and professionalism. Your actions have to match your words, and you have to keep the light during hard moments. I'm happy to say at the completion of this season, certainly, that all of my experiences have shown me that Coach Sadik's been able to do all of that. Mr. Mansky had some amazing words for Coach Sadik, and this is what he says. In his first year as head football coach of Oak Forest High School, Coach Sadik led the program to a conference championship and an IHSA state semifinal appearance. The conference title marked the school's first since 2012. The semifinal run marked the first since 2007. The football team's success created a strong buzz throughout the school and carried into the Oak Forest community. Students, staff, families, and younger athletes rallied around the program and took pride in what the team achieved. Coach Sadek delivered results on the field, but his true impact on the Oak Forest community went well beyond wins and losses. Coach Sadek has a unique ability to bring people together. He takes pride in developing a family atmosphere within his program, and he never let our team get too high or too low. Coach Sadek leads without ego. He places full trust in his coaching staff and his players and empowered them to take ownership of the program. While he guided the direction of the team, he created an environment where every stakeholder played an important role in the team's success. His leadership brought the group together around one clear goal and produced total buy-in. His on-the-field work was outstanding, but his true impact was in providing a great experience for everyone involved. Coach Sadek understands how to get the best out of each player's unique abilities. He built a tight-knit operation rooted in trust, accountability, and connection. When challenges arose, he stayed level-headed and kept the team grounded and focused. Coach Sadek is flexible and player-centered while maintaining a high standard for all. He meets athletes where they are and pushes them to grow both on the field and the classroom. He supports sport athletes and consistently puts players first. Every player in Coach Sadek's program feels valued. His leadership united the team, the school, and the community. Though humble by nature, Coach Sadek deserves significant credit for building a program that produced extraordinary success and an outstanding experience for everyone involved. Oak Forest is lucky to have him leading our football program. All right, we'll bring up some of his players for the photo as well. There you go.
Yeah, you guys will be in the photo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I have the honor and privilege of recognizing one of our members of our Ad Center staff. And I am completely biased because I've been blessed with the absolute best executive assistant that I've had in my entire career. She does not know that she was nominated today, so if I can have Tiffany Taylor come on up and say a few words. Trust me, it's hard to keep a secret from her, all right? She's not just my right hand, she's also my left hand, and in particular was recommended wholeheartedly by one of our colleagues that couldn't be here today, but she had some great words, and I think she said it perfectly, so I'll read them to you. Tiffany handles the chaos of managing the Ad Center, the superintendent, and the board like a professional. She does. She always makes sure that everyone has what they need, and she does it with warmth and graciousness. Despite everything Tiffany has to manage, she is always willing to help a colleague out, brainstorm an idea, or lend a hand. She makes the Ed Center a positive place for all. I couldn't echo it anymore. Very proud to work alongside her. And when it comes to defining the keeper of the light, Tiffany Taylor, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is the point of the night where if you were here just for that part of the presentation, by all means, feel free to leave. You're welcome to stay, but we go around general standard business after this.
Cassie. That was awesome.
He's awesome.
That was great.
Miss Wonder, I'll see you tomorrow. Is that yours? I will. Need help? I got it.
No,
Yeah. Yes, that's me. Yeah. Very nice to meet you. Very young man. actually in his English class today with Mr. Fitch. He answered every question. Very good. Very good. Excellent man.
Okay, I guess, and then there were just a few left, but I'm gonna continue in the whole realm of good news and appreciation and people who really make a difference in our building. And so I'm gonna share with you a little bit about a reading initiative that Oak Forest did this first semester. It actually started last year, and these young ladies in the back row here are very responsible, and I'll introduce you to them at the very end, but very responsible for all of this great work that happened. So last year, Jackie Bergwald, give us a wave, Jackie, our special education administrator in the building, we had a happy circumstance where all of our English classes, our freshman, sophomore, and junior, and maybe senior.
At that time, they were junior, senior.
Junior, senior combo classes, all lined up the same exact period. And through some conversations that the teachers were having with each other, they really started this adventure of really talking to each other about what the skills were that the kids have and really sharing a lot of their resources and just talking about how helpful it was for them to brainstorm together and talk about student needs together. So with our reading initiative in the building, we actually started talking about, could we start a reading intervention in our special education classes? So that's where this all began with. Last year, Jackie said, hey, we just happen to have all those classes lined up this year. Do you think we could try it again next year? And the answer, as we know, is always yes. And so what we did is we asked these three young ladies, the teachers, we're gonna have them wave, Jessie Jensen and Erin and then Caitlin, the three teachers, we asked them if they would be willing to do something that they've never really done before. So what we asked them to do is we asked them to teach reading, specifically reading, the skills associated with that. We all know that coming off of the pandemic, students maybe had lost some of those intensive years during junior high when they really focused on the science of reading with them. So we relied on the Illinois Comprehensive Literacy Plan that they put out back in 2024. And we really tried to find what are the best practices in terms of reading. And we decided we wanted to meet students where they were, where their skill levels were, and be able to grow them from there. We went back and did a lot of work over the summer, looking at what does it mean to teach reading, what are really the skills. It is a very, very complex endeavor to teach reading. We read lots about the many strands that are woven into reading comprehension. So really, challenge these young ladies to really step outside of their comfort zone and teach some things that maybe they were not experts in. So they had to do a lot of their own learning in order to do it. And we were able to meet students where they are based on the fact that we started giving the STAR assessments last year. So we used some very specific information from the STAR assessment to judge what the students' skill levels were and then target what the skills were that they needed to work on. So we set up a program where we would shuffle those students by what their targeted skill level was. Instead of just all 9th graders being in the same class together, 10th graders being in the same class together, 11th graders and 12th graders, what we did is we reshuffled those students by their skill level, and then that allowed us to really concentrate on what skills they already had and focus on what they needed to learn in order to move forward and become better readers. They set specific reading goals with the students based on their STAR scores. They knew those students intimately in terms of where their skill levels were and where they wanted to get them to. Talk to the students about what their reading goals were. And then they could track their progress. So a very intensive all first semester tracking the progress, having meetings with the students about this is where you're at, this is how far you've come in some of those specific reading skills. And then, of course, there were some incentives established. There were some bags of chips given and some pop and gift cards. McDonald's, yeah. Because, you know, you gotta pull those kids in one way or another, right? Talking to them about reading and improving their reading wasn't always something they were super jumping up and down to do, right? So, what were the results of that? We saw an average growth on the STAR of 33 points from August to November. We saw an average percentile in August of our students that we targeted. There were 26 total students targeted. They started out at the 8th percentile, and we were able to move them to the 11th percentile. On a weekly basis, 20 of 26 students earned, on a monthly basis, 20 of 26 students earned an incentive for improved scores. And those improved scores really translated to what their skills were and improving their skills. The biggest result that I want to share with you is that we were able, out of those 26 students, to move 5 of those students out of a self-contained special education classroom into our REI classes. So they were able to achieve enough in their skill levels that they could then be with other students in a regular college prep class supported by a special ed teacher. So we're really excited about that. Jackie did send out to parents to see what they thought, just sort of a random, let us know how you think your students are doing, and we got some nice feedback from parents. One of the parents said he no longer gives up on his reading assignments. Really nice to see some of those things happening in the home. Reading vocabulary has gotten better, and it's all going great. So really nice to get some positive feedback. So now we've moved on. Those students have all now stayed with their skill level groups, but now they're jumping back into more of the literature-based English classes. But that way, we're able to interweave both of those together. So the teachers now know what the students' levels are with their skills and can keep reiterating some of the different tips and tricks that they taught them, how to refocus them back on the skills and continue growing. So this overall is just a great big thank you to those who have worked in this program to help our students achieve. We've got Colleen Curran, I know she was here earlier, she's gone. Jessie Jensen, Jessie, did you wave? Jessie. Erin Jones, and Caitlin Marvish, I couldn't remember your new name.
I'm still Marvish.
Okay, she's still Marvish, okay. Got married, still Marvish. Yeah, hold it for a little longer. We had some teacher aides, Sue Ellison, and then Jeannie Marcheski worked, along with a few of our other teacher aides that were in there, TJ Cobbs, Musa Joda, and James Thompson were in there as well. And a special thank you to the administrators, Jackie, for really supporting everyone through this initiative, having the idea, having the passion behind it. Corey came and met with the teachers over the summer, so thanks to Corey for supporting this initiative. And then also, of course, Lisa, with the sort of finances there, was able to supply some of the incentives. So just wanted to give a special thanks to all of them for their hard work and recognition of really trying to think outside the box and improve things for our students. So that's all I have.
Okay. Any other principal reports? That's everybody. All right, moving on to 4.5, our board members. Any board member reports? All right, if there are no board member reports, we're gonna move on to new business. Dr. Morrison, 5.1.
Item 5.1 is the bills, addendum to bills, payroll, and CDS bills. These items are being recommended for full board approval.
Moved by Ms. Gleason, second by Mr. Patterson. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Gleason? Aye. Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot? Aye. Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Ressler?
Aye. Item 5.2, is this Dr. Williams?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Mrs. Dressler. 5.2 are overnight field trip requests for Oak Forest and Hillcrest as presented at committee of the whole. These are being recommended for full board approval.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Whitcomb, second by Ms. Lot. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason? Aye. Mrs. List? Aye. Mr.
second by Ms. Gleason. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. Wrestler?
Aye. Item 5.4, Dr. Sikora.
Thank you, Mrs. Wrestler. After a careful review and upon press and attorney recommendations, I'm recommending the approval of the revisions to press policy as discussed in committee of the whole. They're listed in your board packet from 2:120 board member development through 8:30 visitors and conduct on school property. These changes are recommended for full board approval.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Patterson, second by Ms. Gleason. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Wrestler?
Aye. Item 5.5.
Item 5.5, our closed session minutes are reviewed biannually to determine whether or not to keep these minutes closed to the public. Audio recordings of closed session meetings 18 months or older may be disposed of depending on the approval of the Board of Ed. For the ones that are involved tonight, July 15th, September 9th, September 16th, October 14th, and November 18th. Recommending those to be, to stay closed and full board approval.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Patterson, second by Mr. Whitcomb. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Mrs. Wrestler?
Aye. Moving on to personnel recommendations, Mr. Towner.
Thank you, Mrs. Wrestler. Under retirement, Thaddeus Gatton and Arkita Moore Edison. Resignations, Nicole Goodfellow, Thomas Mitchell, Ulexi Diaz, Sarah Sabatino, Lisa Giglio-Bicek, Dennis Rogers, Brandon Gibson, Deborah Panazzo. Under leaves, Michael Barcina. Under employment, Daniel Ferreter, Alexander Arbit, Sebastian Delgado. And under change in position, our final remaining audience member tonight, Ms. Sarah Hofer, who has served the district. Sarah has been our math supervisor for the last 3 years and is being recommended that she becomes the next assistant principal of student services at Bremen High School starting next school year. All those items are being recommended for full board approval.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Whitcomb, second by Ms. Gleason. Any discussion?
You're sure? Okay.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Whitcomb?
Aye.
Mrs. Gleason?
Aye.
Mrs. List? Aye. Ms. Lot?
Aye.
Mr. Patterson?
Aye.
Mrs. Wrestler?
Aye. Thank you. All right, moving on to our announcements. Our next committee of the whole meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, February 10th at 6:45 p.m. at Tinley Park High School, and our next regular board meeting will be scheduled Tuesday, February